Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Thai gold and international gold. We're sort of comparing and contrasting and talking about the issue of fungibility. I'll get to fungibility here in a moment, but just to kind of provide some context, provide some parameters as to what we're talking about. When I say international gold, I mean international standard weight and measure. So that tends to imply, or I should say it does imply, 99.9% purity, and we generally will see this in weights and measures of things like ounces or grams or kilograms associated with gold in an international context. Thai gold uses the baht weight and measure. It's pretty radically different in terms of the fact that it's a different weight and measure. And for those who are interested in learning about baht weight, we made another video on this channel. We urge you to check that out. But what should be taken away from this video is that baht weight it's a different weight and it's a different measure. Most notably, it's 96.5% pure gold in a baht weight gold. Now, folks sometimes tell me, they say, well, that doesn't seem to be as good, for lack of a better term. Well, in the sense of purity, no, it's not as pure, but it is its own weight and measure. And for those who are unaware, like the U.S. Constitution gets into the notion that Congress has the power over weights and measures. So, Congress could have set a different thing besides an ounce. They could have said, coinage was in, some sort of penny pounds or, some kind of different way of weighting and measuring precious metals. So there is context for this. It's not been something that's come up rather recently, but Thailand uses a different weight and measure in their Thai gold system to basically measure the purity and the content of gold. Now, people ask me, well, why would that be a good thing? Well, in many ways, it can be a very good thing. Now, I would say that it's going to be contextual. Folks who do not have any connection whatsoever to Thailand, Thai gold may not necessarily be something that you'd be interested in. But for those who do have some sort of, for lack of a better term, center of gravity or sort of orbit to Thailand, Thai gold can be very interesting, indeed, for many people, for many purposes. But one thing I find interesting with respect to the issue of Thai gold is the issue of fungibility. And what does fungibility mean? Well, as defined by Investopedia, Investopedia.com, fungibility is the ability of a good or asset to be interchanged with other individual goods or assets of the same type. Fungible assets simplify the exchange and trade processes, as fungibility implies equal value between the assets. I bring this up because the Thai gold system, the Thai Gold Traders Association, that basically when you see gold shops here in the kingdom, and they are ubiquitous, you will see Thai gold shops all over the place in many different cities, many different locations. Almost every town, even village, is going to have some form of a Thai gold shop. And oftentimes, it's my understanding that they pretty much are all going to be members of the Thai Gold Traders Association. They maintain a certain standard with respect to weight and measure of Thai gold. And it also should be noted that if you go and deal with them during their regular business hours, fungibility is a key to the Thai gold system. And you should be able to go to a given Thai gold shop and exchange cash for gold or vice versa, and it should be fully fungible during the hours of them being open. This is very different than perhaps other places around the world where it may not be particularly easy to convert gold into cash, into liquidity at the drop of a hat. So for this reason, fungibility is a major issue with respect to the issue of Thai gold, and one that I think many people often overlook when looking at Thai gold in a general context.